Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Houston Element Podcast. My name is Missy, and I'm your host. And today, we have the pleasure to share time and space with another wonderful person from Houston's Finest Collective, helping to mold this world and this future into a better place. We have Mr. Cordell representing Next Step Academics.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Missy. It's a pleasure to be here. I really appreciate this opportunity.
It's a pleasure to have you, man. You know, like I said before, coming from family educators, it's always wonderful to get a new perspective.
Yes, definitely. And it's always changing in Houston, in Texas.
Who are you? I never worked it, but I have experienced both my parents in it. So I know onion peel, what you're talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you tell us a little bit about Next Step Academics? When was it founded, and how did you guys create this nonprofit?
Yes, so Next Step Academics is for all of Texas, not just Houston. We service all of Texas. And it started one time just me saying, I would really like to give back.
Mm-hmm.
I would really like the opportunity to give back, but I don't know how to give back right now at the moment. And mind you, this is maybe about 10 years ago. Someone mentioned to me, hey, you should start a nonprofit. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds pretty interesting. But I knew I had a lot more homework to do.
Wow. So that is incredible. And I mean, coming this far, wow. And I mean, just from recently, because you guys already have a lot of students that you already helped so far.
Yes. So what we did at first, we did pilots. And these were the trial and errors. And let me tell you, all caps on errors. It was very hard at first, just trying to guess how the person's response would be or how they may need help for what we were trying to do. And so far, every person that we've had has been successful. Now, we do have some that have dropped out, maybe due to family issues or moving out of state or something like that. And mind you, these are just pilots, so you can come and go as you want. And even now, being open, you can still come and go as you want. We don't hold on to you until you get to completion. But we started with our first pilot, which was with college readiness, which is one of the most the hardest one, I would say, to do. It has the most detail and the most process to get it done, as far as grades and a whole bunch of other stuff. But we'll go into that later. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
No. You're good. No, that actually was going into my next question. What kind of specific services and resources does your organization offer for the students?
So we offer 3 programs, like I said earlier: college readiness, trades and apprenticeship programs, and military prep. Those are our top 3 right now. So we look for college readiness. We look for kids in 11th grade, 12th grade, or even maybe took off a year and want to go to college. We look at their grades. We look at what colleges they want to go to. And what our nonprofit actually offers is payments for the application to get into college, which they have gotten a lot more reasonable also. And also you have to take practice tests sometimes with entering into college. And we cover those fees. So if you come to us and say, hey, I'm thinking about going to this college, we'll set you up with a case manager. And we offer hold on. Let me tell you how the flow of college readiness goes. So
okay.
Before I get ahead of myself. The way college readiness works and what Next Step Academics actually offers. We offer you a one-on-one experience, almost kind of like a social worker. We call them case managers. And our case managers are assigned to one student individually. And that individual student will only work with this case manager until they get to completion. Completion could be getting into college for the college readiness. So what that case manager does is she gets your transcripts, she gets what school you're going to, what schools you would like to go to, what field you would like to go in. and she has a checklist, essentially, just like a social worker. So, hey, he wants to be a psychologist at UT. What does he need to make this journey? And she will literally get his ID for his application. She'll get his transcript for his application. She'll get all the things needed to go with applying for college, and she will help him apply for college. She will also help them apply for financial aid. Now, let's be clear, very, very clear. For financial aid, we cannot fill it out for you. But if you have a question, what does this number mean? What does this line mean? We can give you the textbook answer to the best way that you would understand. But we cannot fill it out for you due to legal purposes.
Of course not. No.
And then once you're signed up and you have all your documentation, we'll also help you implement that information into the college. If you have to go take a test, we'll cover that test. And if you need tutoring to get a higher grade for the school you're trying to go into, we have also partnered with Volunteer Match and Volunteer Houston nonprofit org for volunteers that will help you study to pass those tests. We also have reached out to ACT, SAT, and PSAT for waivers to help children. Our nonprofit only helps low-income students or people that really can't afford it. Undeserved children is who we generally look for. Now, we're not saying we won't help you, if you're not one of those undeserved children. But as far as the paying for the applications and stuff like that, it's for undeserved children. So that way they're taken care of.
And bless you for that, man. Bless you for that, man, because everybody deserves a chance, man.
Definitely.
You
definitely. And in this economy, too, it is getting a lot harder to even just live. So we can do our part by helping these children not have to stress over school or wonder, how can I get into school, or how does this process work? And I also want to say, with our college readiness course, shout out to all the counselors that are already in the school district, because they are working their butts off. They do an amazing job. We've talked to some counselors. We've told them what we do, and they love our offer because, of course, there are always some children that need a little extra help, and they may not be able to reach that child to get that help. So we try to network and partner with schools as much as we can. And if that kid needs a little extra help, or if they happen to see us at an event and they want to see what we do, we will help you in any shape or form that we can. We will try not to close the doors on anybody.
That's the most important part, is not closing the door on nobody, especially the future of society.
Exactly. And we don't want to just send you an email and say good luck. We want you to actually be able to talk to somebody. How many times have you yelled at the customer service agent, "Can I get an agent?" So guess what? With Next Step Academics, we are that agent that you can talk to. Mm-hmm. Now, we may be busy. You may get a voicemail because we're a small team right now. Mm-hmm. But I guarantee somebody's going to call you back. Even I may call you back if I need to.
Yeah, I mean, I know about working with a small team, but y'all still killing it, man. Thank you. Now, I have specific questions, especially about your tutoring academic support. Like back when I was at school, it was tax. So I know you deal with some grade schoolers. You said 11 and 12, thing like that. Yes, so what now? I think it's STAR or something like that.
Yes, it is now the STAR test. It's still standardized testing. It's still all the same. Now, we can help with that. Mm-hmm. We haven't necessarily offered to help with that. What we help with is the college test.
Okay, I see.
The PSAT, the ACT, or college entry test, just in case you choose to go to a junior college.
Okay, I see.
So standardized tests, we still kind of rely on the teachers because they're doing an amazing job. Like, we love and respect everything they do also. But we're more of the next step, which is why the name Next Step Academics.
Gotcha, man.
Yes,
man.
And I wanted to tell you about the rest of the programs, too. I'm sorry. Our other program that we have after that is trades and apprenticeship programs.
Yes.
What we have done is we have reached out to all the local unions here in Houston, in the Houston area, welding, pipe fitters, plumbers, longshoremen, anything you can think of that they have a union. And they have low entry levels lately. I've been asking them, how many people are going into trades, and we're also checking data just in the nation period of trades, and trades are on a decline. A lot of colleges have added trades to their curriculum, which is good. I still think that is an amazing thing. But some students don't have the opportunity to pay for a trade. What our local unions do, and a lot of people don't know this, is you can work and be a student in the trade. So you can make money while you're learning your trade by being an apprentice. And we really want to bring back the apprenticeship and the knowledge towards the apprenticeship programs that we have, especially here locally in Houston, in the Houston area and Texas area, period. There are so many of them. And our process with that is the same. We also sign you to a caseworker. If you say, hey, I want to go be a plumber, what we do, we'll find the closest union to you and network with them and see what they have. We have a lot already in our list and in our form. But just in case you happen to choose one that we don't know about, we will do our best to learn, reach out, and figure out what we can do. But if that student, again, says they want to be a plumber, they get assigned to a caseworker again, because for apprenticeship programs, you also need your ID. You may need your transcript. You may have an entry-level test that you have to take, a mechanical test. And what we do is we get all that information from the student first before we send them to the trade, because we don't want them to get turned around. We have noticed in our studies that most of the time when people go and they shoot for something, and if they miss their first shot, they won't try again. So what we do is make sure that when they shoot their first shot, they're guaranteed in. So if that trade has like documentation that needs, or a practice test that needs to be done, if you fail the practice test, we'll sign you up with our tutors. We'll make sure that you'll pass it the next time. And then we'll make sure after you pass it, we sign you up with the union. So that way you're not missing any shots taken, because you've already done the work to get there. And one thing about our trade program, it first started off with just high school students. Like, we were just focusing on high school students, or maybe just kids that didn't want to go to college. But we found that, there are some adults still staying at home, with their parents that need extra help also. And we had one mom, she's real funny. She said, we were at an event and we were handing out a flyer, and she says, I got a son right now in the house that needs to go to work. And I was like, sign him up. Let's see what we can do for him. He ended up becoming a pipe fitter.
Wow.
And he now makes, I think it's like $19 or $18 being an apprentice.
Yeah.
He passed the test to get in. Last time I talked to him, he said, Mr. Cordell, I'm finally getting my own apartment. I said, oh, man, that's great. I would save my money first before I just get out there, pay your mom. But I definitely understand, if you want that independence at $19 an hour, it's going to be hard, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So that was a pretty cool success story that we had. And I also wanted to speak on our last program, which is our military program. We had kids that came to us and said, hey, I want to go to the military. Can you help with that? And at first, we didn't want to step on recruiters' toes by saying, hey, go, they do that already. You should go to them. But in response to the recruiters, they're amazing and they do an amazing job also. And we don't take any recruitments from them. We actually send them to them.
Right.
We ended up finding out that a lot of students are uncomfortable going to the military offices and saying, I want to go to the military. And then they say, oh, I really don't know what for. and then they have to go and take an ASVAB test. And then again, when they shoot that shot and they miss, it's very hard for them to go back.
Right.
And especially when they don't choose which military branch they want, they don't know that they have to score a certain grade to get in. They don't know that that grade is based upon your job. And mind you, they have commercials that do all that, and they're amazing. Go Army, and I love them. I like to watch them. But the only reason I like them is because I know what they're doing and what they're promoting. Just imagine being 18 years old or 20 years old, and you see Go Army, and be like, I want to go to the Army. And then when you get there, you find out that you can't even pass the test. If you do pass, you're going to be like a low-ranking job. Like it's just discouraging. And a lot of students don't even know about the contracts that come with the military. They have 4-year, 6-year, 8-year. Some people think they're just going to go and do a tour and come back.
Oh.
But they don't realize that it's an actual commitment, and that you have to go for the certain amount of time, and you may be moved around. And what we ended up doing, though, back to the point with our military program, is we started giving practice ASVAB tests. It's actually how this program started, to see how the students were doing, what were their grades were, and then going to a branch that they thought they liked and said, hey, well, with this branch, say you like the Air Force, with this current score, you could be a drone pilot. Oh, man, I would love to be a drone pilot, and just showing them, hey, your hard work determines your job. And once we piloted that a couple of times, we had a couple students that did very, very well. And some of them are still enlisted. But with our military program, you're assigned a caseworker too also. Each program has a caseworker. And if you score certain tests on the ASVAB and need a little extra help, we can give you tutoring to get a better score. And what we try to do is get the student to pick a branch that they want to go to, a job they want to go to, so that way we can guide that student to that job, to that branch.
Of course.
And of course, you have to take a physical. You have to be physical to go in a military.
Right.
So we have just partnered with, give me 1 second.
Sure.
We have just partnered with VFit. And this lady is Veronica Higgins. She is amazing. I actually worked out with her yesterday. My body still hurts. She has a gym on Richmond in the Galleria area. It is a 24/7 gym. On the weekends, we're going to try to set it up where 2 times a month, you can come and do our military training for free. So if you want to go to the military and you're not really motivated to get in shape, you get an opportunity to come work out with a personal trainer to get you on the right step to where you need to be. And Miss Valencia, everybody calls her Miss B, by the way. So call her Miss B when you go there. Her gym, I wanted to shout her out. Her gym is at 5539 Richmond Avenue, Houston, Texas. She also has a nonprofit called City Feet to Beat Obesity. And she offers free workouts if you want to lose 100 pounds.
Wow.
Free personal training if you want to lose 100 pounds. Now, we partnered with her and we decided to come up with this deal for everybody that wants to join her gym. Her general membership is $45 per month and then $10 for a key fob. Mind you, her gym is 24/7. But if you sign up to her nonprofit, City Feet to Beat Obesity, and if you subscribe to our newsletter on our website, you will get her membership at her gym for $15 a month and then still $10 for the key card and a $10 initiation fee. And then make sure you use hashtag VFit in academics when you have to check in when you get there on Facebook or Instagram and use that hashtag. And she will honor $15 per month for a membership. And that's in the Galleria area, right down the road from Costco, too.
Oh, nice.
Which is unheard of, to have a gym in that area and pay less than 24-hour fitness, or even, I can't think of the other, Lifetime. And
yeah.
That's a really good deal and a really good area to be in. And then you got 24/7 access, which just doesn't exist anymore.
No, that sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful, man. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes.
Forgive me. Did you say that you are already working with individuals that were post-Army as well, helping the students with the military training, or not at this time?
Not post-Army, but wanting to go to the Army.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, we only had that one student so far that got hurt, and he's no longer in the Army.
Okay.
But if you're going into the Army, or deciding or think you want to go into the Army, we will help you. And also, I forgot to mention, with the military program, we'll help you up to 34. 34 is a cutoff for the military.
Okay.
And certain branches have shorter or longer, but 34 essentially, because we don't know what branch you're going to pick. So we decided to make that cutoff at 34.
Oh, of course. Well, I'm sorry, government. Your girl is going to be 35 in December, so I don't think she's going to cut it. These lungs either, she asthmatic. So, I thank you to all our servicemen and women. No, really, shout out to all the servicemen and women.
Yes,
let's take a break and say thank you
Thank
for
you.
everything, and to the families holding it down for their hometown. Y'all are the realists. All right. Bless you guys.
And we appreciate you.
Yes, absolutely. And so you do also offer a scholarship program. So what kind of criteria do your students need to qualify for or to complete in order to be acceptable for the scholarship program?
Yes, so our scholarship is going to be for the 2024 year, and I'm thinking we're going to redo it every year. The actual qualifications for the scholarship is you need to have a 3.0 grade point average, have demonstrated a financial need for college, 2 or more college applications submitted before you're able to even qualify for this grant, applied for FAFSA, in addition to meeting the minimum criteria of an unofficial transcript, your senior class schedule, 2 personal statements, and those 2 personal statements will describe what details of your life, personal, family, people, or events have influenced your life and your goals when you decided to want to go to college. What have you learned or experienced since making the decision that further stimulates and reinforces your conviction to get a college education? And you are given all the resources you need, people, research, money, to solve a global problem. What problem and how would you solve it? And how would this solution positively impact the community? So you would write those 2 documents. And then also 2 recommendation letters. 1 letter must be from your high school principal, counselor, or teacher, and must form and the other one must be a non-family member for the recommendation letters. And if you meet all of those and send those in, then we will consider you for our scholarship. Now reading it out loud, it's like, man, it sounds like a lot. But that's what the board agreed on and the rest of the team agreed on. We wanted to make sure we get somebody that can actually be successful with the scholarship. And it will be presented to them in the summer of 2024 as a big check and say, hey, we're proud of you. Good job. And then hopefully we'll continue it every year.
Oh, that'd be wonderful, man. And I mean, and it sounds like a lot, but isn't great things a lot of work? You got to do a lot and you feel that's why you feel accomplished at the end. That's why it makes you feel good, because you did a lot to get there. Exactly.
And it's hard work always needs to pay off.
Yes.
You don't want to do all that work and meet all those requirements just to hear, All
right. It's like exercise, like don't just walk downstairs and think, okay, I deserve a cupcake. Take a couple blocks around, then get that cupcake. And you're like, I earned this.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Who doesn't love cupcakes?
I mean, I'm telling you, man, I'll walk the block right now. Maybe just even 5 minutes in this heat, and I'll probably earn that day. So, hot topic. So, in your opinion, why do you believe some students may be struggling, in particular in the classroom, or getting even preparation for college and resorting to seek out outside resources like yourself?
So I pondered on this when I saw this question, and it was very hard to answer because life, unfortunately, is a bunch of circumstances. There are a lot of issues that may come up in your personal life. There are a lot of issues that may come up with your family. And I was trying to think, like, what would draw you to us, right? I would say it would be that curiosity, that wonder of the unknown, or wonder of what I could do, that would draw you to us. Hey, I want to go to college, but I don't really know how. And even if you are a student yourself, you can reach out to us. Now, mind you, if you're under 18, we do have to get your parents' permission.
Yeah.
Right? But we're not going to turn you down even if your parents say no.
Right.
We won't contact you with a case manager or anything, but we'll send you an email of how to get stuff done. We'll still try to help you the best we can, but respect what your parents say. We'll send you a little brochure of, hey, these are the steps you can take. Reach out to your counselor.
Right.
Through your school. But I would say it would be the curiosity of wanting to go to college, and as far as the circumstances of, what would draw you to us, it's just so many to list. Kids deal with so much, and sometimes you just need help. And that's what we're here for, to be that help when you need it, even if it's just one question on the FAFSA. Call us.
Yeah.
What does line 13 mean? Hey, this is what it means.
Right.
And if you don't need anything else from us, we did our part.
Right.
But that was a hard question. That was a real hard question, and a very good question. It made me wonder what circumstances would bring you to us, and man, it could just be so many.
I know for me, when I was going through my last years of high school, early college, I did outside tutoring as well, in high school especially, because I needed the extra help. It wasn't that the teachers at school weren't doing well. It's just it takes a special teacher for the light to click on for you. So I really admire people like yourself that are so fluid with your techniques that you can be able to reach any kind of student.
Exactly. It's funny. When I told a friend of mine what we were doing and how we do it, and he goes, "So you're essentially a parent." I was like, "What do you mean? Could you explain that for me?" He said, "Parents tell you how to do things all the time. They walk you through it to the best of their ability, and sometimes your parents will be 100% right, but it takes someone else to say the same thing your parents said for it to make sense." And working with students, it made so much sense, because there are some parents out there that actually know what they're doing and how to do it. And for students, it's like, you're just mom. I'm not listening to you. But I've heard this from this guy, and I believe that's going to work. And I was like, yeah, that analogy actually kind of makes sense. We're parents. We're giving advice that they probably heard a million times, but because we give them a hands-on experience, that's where we make the difference. That's where we're kind of like parents, but not.
But you guys give them the time to sit and break down individual questions and processes. And that's something that I couldn't get in the classroom always. Because when you have 30, 40 students now, I think in a classroom, it's hard for each teacher to, and they tell the teachers, like, you have to keep up with the curriculum at this pace. Next
Yes.
week is this, so you better finish this now.
Yes, it is definitely very hard to keep everybody on track. But that's what we're here for. Like I said, we're not here to replace anybody. We want to support everyone as best we can. And that be for military recruiters. We're still going to send you these students. We're just doing the work for you, essentially.
Yeah.
Still going to send them to the unions that need students to keep their unions going. And we're still going to try to send as many as we can to college. Like, we are not to replace any of these institutions. We just want to make the process from high school or adulthood to these ventures as easy as possible.
Bless you. Bless you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what has been your most popular or most successful course that you've experienced thus far that you guys offer?
Ooh, I would give you my personal opinion.
Okay.
Most successful, I would say, is the trades.
Okay.
And the only reason saying that is because it's a lot easier to get done.
Right.
The military is sometimes the physical aspect of it is hard. The college, sometimes just the entire process is overwhelming. As of where the trades is, you send a student, hey, are you what jobs are you interested in? And they may list certain things, and we send them a video of those jobs and say, what are your top 3? And give them time to mull it over and come up with a decision. Sometimes they don't come up with a decision. So we can also just try, what they think they like the most. And some of those programs are easy to get into, and some of those programs require a test. But for the most part, if you pass one test in the trade program, you can pass all the tests in the trade programs because they're mostly mechanical, math, stuff like that. And once you get assigned to a tutor and you pass those, you could pretty much generally get into all of them. We do have some trades, though, like the longshoreman, where you need a TWIC card. We haven't got to the process of paying for the TWIC card just yet, but it's definitely in the works. If you decide to be a longshoreman, we'll pay for your TWIC card.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Not just yet, but we're working on it. We're always trying to get better.
Well, that's good, man. But I mean, if y'all stick around with the program, the upgrades may be coming.
Yes.
More resources always populating, man.
Yes.
And speaking of other resources, is there any plans perhaps to offer some kind of online resources or maybe even offer your resources outside of Houston in the future?
Well, as of right now for our programs, you could be anywhere in Texas.
Okay.
And we can help you get into college. If you
Wonderful.
want to go to college in Dallas, if you want to go to college in San Antonio, we're pretty much in network with all of them or getting in network with all of them.
Okay.
There's a bunch. We really want to work with the community colleges too. That's where we're really trying to plant some seeds and get to meet some people and rub some shoulders because, big colleges may not be for everybody. So
Right.
we also want to get them into the junior colleges in your area. But no, as far as like services and tutoring, we're all online. We don't have any in-person tutoring just yet, but hopefully it will be coming in the future. So essentially we can help you anywhere in the state of Texas.
All right. Well, you heard him. There's no excuse. Okay. They'll find you. They'll find you and they'll help you.
Yes. Yes, we will. Look, the more productive people we can get, the better.
Please and thank you. Please and thank you. And so you also have on your website an online shop, and I see you brought some goodies a little bit to show off from that shop.
Yes. So what I brought with me, is our T-shirts that you can order online right now. And just to be real transparent, our T-shirts is how we actually run our organization. So they all go to operational costs. You pay the price of the T-shirt being printed, and we get $5 of that to go to operational costs.
Wonderful.
Also, if you donate to our website, they're through Give Butter. We have a membership, we have a scholarship, and we have the college prep readiness. The membership program goes more towards operational costs too, and those are the shoes that I brought there. I am a real big sneakerhead. Like, I love sneakers. I've always wanted to make my own, kind of like Travis Scott. I always wanted to make my own sneakers. And I saw that you can customize Chuck Taylors, and there was a local company in Houston. It's still open, Patch Collections. And what we did, we took our logo to Patch Collections. Shout out to Patch Collections. And they put our patch on our custom Chuck Taylors. So with our membership program, if you pick the $500 or the $1,000, you get merchandise. And right now, what you're looking at is one of one.
Yeah.
They have not been worn or anything like that. I haven't ordered any more. They're just for show.
Wow.
And on the heel of the back, it says Members Club. So it lets you know that you are exclusive. Awesome. And on the Chuck Taylor, we also have Be a Good Human, because we're in charity and we just love to give back. And I feel like anyone that gives back is a good person. So we put Be a Good Human on the shoe. And also with our membership, you get firsthand access to everything that we do or thinking about doing. We even drop polls in there to see if that's something you want to see our nonprofit go into that direction, because we're the community. We're in the community. And if the community wants us to go a certain way, and if it works for us, we will definitely go that way. And to be a part of that, you have to go through the Members Club. So that's a cool little insight with the Members Club that we have.
And they can place their donations on your official website. And what is the official website, please?
It is www.nextstepacademics.org.
All right. Well, y'all heard it from the man. Okay. I mean, there's no time to waste. The education, the resources are there. So just go to the website and donate. Get some help. They're here for it, man. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. I feel like I jumped around a lot.
No. No worries. No, I was engaged the entire time, so no worries at all.
It's so much information, and
Yeah.
I want everybody to get it. And,
Yeah.
and you want to say it to the best of your ability. But I will say, if I jumbled up something too much, definitely go to our website, read it written down. And if you want, give us a phone call and we'll answer all your questions there. It's a lot different when you got the spotlight on you.
No worries. Do you have any last little bit of advice for the listeners this week?
I would say, if you ever thought about doing something that may change your life, like with our programs or anything in life, take that leap of faith. Make sure you do a little homework on it. Don't give up. Don't give up at all. You can literally change your life in a matter of days. And for the most part, if you just take that first step, your possibilities are endless. So to the students and everyone listening, and even your artists, the amazing artists that you do in your podcast, don't give up. Keep trying, and you'll find a way.
You heard it from the man yourself. Keep trying, and you'll find your way. All right? There's good people like this young man right here and plenty more that are willing to help you find it, even if you can't. I know I can't see diddly without my glasses. So, sometimes I might even call him up to be like, yo, I can't get my life together. I need help too. And I mean, we're just going to do it. Yeah. That's what we do.
Well, where did you have him last?
I mean, right? I'm like, seriously.
I'm already solving problems.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us this week. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.
Thank you.